Welcome back everyone to the Blender Creator course, Stylized 3D Model, and this is where we left it off. Now I did notice, now we've actually messed up with this one for some reason. Don't know when it happened or how it happened, but anyway I'm going to go back to wooden supports, and what I'm looking for is to find this one. So it looks like it's got 3 in first of all, so it's one of these. So this has 3, probably going to be this one. Let's have a look. Yep, that's the one. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it into place and just replace that one that I messed up on, like so. Delete it out of the way, and there we go. All right, now let's come in and bring in another wooden support. So I'm going to bring in a wooden support, and I'm going to put this, and you'll notice it wasn't the angled one I brought in. I'm also going to bring in one more. I'll put that over there. Actually, we have one already there, so I don't need that, so let's delete that out of the way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and put this now in the corner. So I'm going to just level it up with this one here, like so. And then let's pull it up, and it's probably going to need to be a little bit longer, which it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press S and Z, make it a little bit longer, like so. Not so sure yet where it's going to fit in, if it's going to fit in there or not. I'm going to just pull this into place a little bit more, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this out so it looks as though it's actually supported on there, like so, and that's looking much better. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in another piece of wood. I'll use this one actually, so Shift D. Let's bring in this RY or RX 90. Let's pull this up into place. So we're going to go up. We could go all the way up up to here. Actually, I don't think we will. What we'll do is we'll make this a little bit smaller. So as said, let's make it a little bit smaller, and we'll put that just under here. And I think what I'll do is I'll just bring out this a little bit. So I'm just going to come in with my grey box and move it out just a little bit, like so. And I think that'll make it a little bit more interesting. Now the tops of these planks, we can see probably going to need to be a little bit thicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into my planks. I'm going to see if I've got any modifiers on, which I've not. And then I'm just going to press S and Z and just pull them out just a little bit, just fit them under there. Also, we've not got a wall on here yet, so we need to put that on. And also, we need to decide where this is going to come up to. In other words, we can see that this one here probably needs pulling out a little bit. So I'm just going to come in and pull it out just to there, like so. All right, so I'm happy with all of that. Now let's deal with this part first. So let's have another one going up. We can see this one at the moment is probably similar to this. So I'm just going to press RZ and 90. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to press Shift D, bring that over roughly to the middle, like so. And then what we'll do is we'll grab this again and spin it around. So RZ 90. And then what I'll do is I'll press Shift D, bring it to here, and then RZ 90 again. But this time I'll press S and Z and pull it out. And then what I want to do with this is rotate it round. So R and X, rotate it round just to give this a little bit more support in there. Then what I'm going to do is just pull it back slightly just so it fits in there, making sure nothing's sticking through. I don't want anything sticking through. Double tap the A, and there we go so far. And now finally I want to put another piece of wood coming up here just to give it a little bit of variation. So wooden blocks, let's get another 3 meter piece, which will be this one probably. Let's spin it round. So R, Z 90. Let's press Ctrl 3, and where I want it to go is just above. So just above this part here. So once I've got it there, and I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to this point here. So pull it up, and then S and X. Now S and Y, pull it out just to there, and then let's slot that into place. Going through those, double tap the A, let's have a look. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. All right, under here, I'm going to have one of these windows. So I'm going to grab, actually I'm not going to grab that window. I'm going to come in and I think I'll go to Windows and I'll put my window in there. So if I press Ctrl 3, I should be able to drag a window out. Yeah, and they're not coming in properly, never mind. So R, Y, minus 90, and then R, X 180, spin it around the right way. Let's put it into place, like so, or something like there. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm thinking I'll pull that back to there, just slot it in, so it goes past, and then shift, pull it out, like so. And then what I'll do now is I will start putting the top bits along here. So in other words, I want a piece of wood here, and I'm looking how far that's coming out. So I want a piece of wood coming over here. So from here going over there, and then a piece of wood from here going over there. And I think these need to be a little bit more chunkier. So in other words, coming out a little bit more. So what I'll do is I'll use some wooden supports, no, wooden blocks, 2.5 meters. So let's use both of these. So I'll bring in this one and this one, and I'll spin them both around. So RZ 90. And then what I'm going to do is Control 3. I'm going to pull them up then. So I'll grab this one first and drop this one into place there. And then what I'll do is I'll grab this one, drop this one into place there. And then I'll just higher them up a little bit, like so. Now, as I said, I want them a little bit more chunky. So I'm going to make sure that I've got individual origins on. Press the S button and just make them a little bit chunkier, as you can see. Pull them back then. And I want it slot in just out of these, but still on top of there. So let's deal with this one first. This here, this roof, needs definitely lifting up. So I'm going to grab both of these parts and lift both of these parts up onto there, like so. That's better supported now. Then what I'm going to do is, at the moment, you can see, I'm going to have this one coming back a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and grab this now, S and Y, pull it back. I need to think where I'm actually going to have that to. I think I'll have it to here, and then another piece of wood coming around here. So what I'll do is I'll press Shift D, bring this out, R, Z, 90. Let's grab that, pull it onto there, and then have this actually poking out a little bit. So if I press S and X, poke it out a little bit. And then what I can do is I can pull this over just into place. That's perfect, actually. And now I can pull this one over into place. So S and X. Oops, not S and X, S and Y. Pull that out into place like so. And then I can have this coming out a little bit more. Now I'm just trying to level everything up. As you can see, it's a little bit not quite level at the moment. I can see that this is going to want to drop back a little bit more than that one. And it's also going to want to come over. Double tap the A. Let's have a look how close they are. So these need to be a little bit closer. I'm just going to bring that over. Like so. Perfect. That looks absolutely perfect. Okay, so now I need a wall. So let's go in, Shift D, grab this wall. I'm going to save my workout again. While I remember, I'm going to press RZ minus 90, Control 3. And let's drop this wall into place. So let's do this wall first. So we're going to press S, shrink it down a little bit, and then S and Z, and pull it out. So it's going into this one here. That's where we want it. Now let's come in, first of all, though, and grab this wall, delete faces. Let's come into this one then, delete faces, and finally this one, and we're going to delete faces like so. Let's then bring this wall back and make sure it's fitting into place where we want it. So it's going to have to go back a little bit further. Where we want it really is just coming up to here. So in this part here, we want it though in front of the wood here, as you can see. So it's probably needs coming back a little bit further. And now you can see that we do have a problem in that we can still see the grey box there. We don't actually want that. So what I want to do, can I pull this back a little bit more? Double tap the A, and there we go. So we have got a grey box in here. Let's see where this grey box is. I don't actually need this grey box in there no more, so I'm going to just delete it out of the way. And there we go. That's what we're left with. Okay, do I need this grey box here? Actually, I don't think I need that one either. What about this one? Let's have a look. This one here. I don't want to delete too many grey boxes, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep them at the moment. I'm going to press Shift D, bring it over, drop that one in place, and then Shift D again, bring it over, drop that one in place. Now I just want to make sure that this wall is in there, as you see. if I press Control 3, you can see it's not quite in there. I'm going to press S and Y just to pull it out a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this one back. I'm also going to come in and drop this one back as well. You can see there's a long way off on this one. So I'm going to pull this one out there and then pull my window out because my window is the issue there. Like so. All right, that's looking good. Now, of course, we need to change all of these. So I'm just going to go into each of these, press Control A, all transforms, right click, set origin to geometry. And then what I'm going to do is we're just going to unwrap them all at the same time. So unwrap. And then, of course, you can see there's a huge difference. And the reason is because when we unwrap them, I press Tab, you can see that they're tiny on the UV map. So I don't even need to see them. All I need to do is just make them bigger like so. And then I know that they're going to be just right. Now, let's have one final look around what that looks like. And I think then what we'll do is we'll come to this one, Control 3. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this away. So I'm going to come to here, here. I'm just wondering if that's okay. Not sure if I'm happy with that one. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think I am. So I'll come in and I extrude it back. And then this obviously is going to have my brick on there. So I'm going to come to this, add in another material, brick, tab, assign, just same as we've done before. And then what we're going to do is U and project from view. And then we're going to make it bigger, 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 bigger. Till it's the same size as the ones down there. So we can see these ones here. Maybe this one's a little bit too big. Still, let's have a look. Comparison to my wall. Yeah, maybe they are a little bit. So I'll make go a little bit smaller. Like so. I think that's looking perfect now. Lines up with this. Okay, all of that is looking perfect. Now, let's finish this front off then. So the way we'll do that is we'll add a couple more stones in there. So if I come to Asset Manager, let's come to Small Bricks. Let's press Control 3. So in the viewport, Control 3. And then what we'll do is we'll add a stone. So a small stone we'll put down there somewhere. And then we'll add one of these into something like that. We'll rotate that round, of course, RY 90. And we'll add it in just to there. Like so. Let's add that in. And then let's add this one in as well. Double tap the A, and there we go. All right, so that's pretty much that done. Now what I think we'll do is we'll actually make a start on this part here. So I think we'll actually build this out and get all that ready up to the actual roof, which is going to be up here, because this roof is actually quite difficult to create. So I think that's what we'll do on the next lesson. Now we've got a lot done actually in that lesson, and I think after we built this little bit out, we'll actually make a start on our barrel. So our nice in barrel that's going to hang from here. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that. See you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.